Welcome back, everyone, to Global War 1914, Operation Albatross. This is the spring of 1917 for the United States. And let's start with purchases here. We are going to buy an artillery for 5, a naval transport for 7, $4 for a marine, $3 to start construction at stage 3 of a cruiser, and then we're going to lend lease a couple of infantry, one to the revolutionaries down in Mexico and one to the Republic of China. And then we have $1 left over, and I think we're going to try and influence Peru. So at the start of this season, we were able to annex Cuba. That's a natural event that happens in the game in the start of the spring of 1917. So Cuba was still one stage in favor of us, and so we were able to annex them, and Cuba's worth $1. So our IPP went up from 26 to 27. And speaking of income levels, let's roll for our peacetime income and see how much we go up by. 3, okay, pretty middle of the road. So that will put us at 30. And I think that unlocks wartime footing. So we can now move units outside of the 48 continental United States and away from each coast to other U.S. locations, including aligned minor nations, and along USA convoy line to the British Midlands, even if we aren't at war. So we can start funneling units over to Britain, and we can conduct diplomacy outside of North, Central, and South America. So I think, now that we've unlocked that, our $1 that we're going to use for diplomacy, let's try and bring the Netherlands down to neutral. So they're currently at stage 1 in favor of Germany. So we need a 2 or less. And we miss. Shocker. Okay. We do have 1 combat move. And it's been a while since we've done anything down here, but we're going to launch an attack into Mexico City from Oaxaca and eastern Mexico. So we're going to have let's see, 6 infantry at a 1 because of the mountains, 2 cavalry at a 2 because of the mountains, and then he's going to have 3 infantry, and they're going to be at a 5 because they get a defensive boost in the city, in a city that's not surrounded. So he's going to have 3 rolls at a 5. All right, so we got 6 at a 1. All right, we got a hit. Okay. And then we got 2 cavalry at a 2. And no hits there. And then he's got 3 at a 5. And no hits. Oh, wow. All right. So let's take it. He will lose an infantry. And let's take it to a second round. All right. 6 infantry out of 1. Ooh, another hit. Nice. If we keep trending in this direction, we might actually end up taking Mexico City. And then we have 2 cavalry at a 2. No hit. Okay. And then he's got 2 out of 5. And 2 more misses. All right, so he will lose 1 more infantry, and he's got 1 left, and we will take it to a final round of combat and see if we can't finish him off. 6 infantry at a 1. No hits that time. And then 2 cavalry at a 2. Nice, we got a hit. Yes, we're gonna take Mexico City. And he's got 1 defending at a 5. And he misses again. Wow, I am shocked that he did not get any hits at all. That is crazy. Oh, man. All right, so... So now we have 6 infantry. We take Mexico City, and I thought for sure we'd have more loss. I'm sure we would have at least some losses, but we ended up taking that with no losses at all. So Mexico City is now occupied by 6 infantry and 2 cavalry. And we finally see some action down in Mexico. Okay, so this is what the updated map looks like. The revolutionaries have 5 territories now. And then the Federales are down to 3. Now, we're going to have to reinforce eastern Mexico. So, hopefully in our recruitment role, we can get a free infantry to help us reinforce some territory. I think here in the non-combat phase, we are going to take an infantry. I would rather them take Oaxaca than eastern Mexico. So I'm going to move this infantry from Veracruz into eastern Mexico. All right, now let's roll for our recruitment. And here we need a 5 or less. And we get it with a 3, nice. And I'm going to place an infantry into Oaxaca. So that wherever he attacks, if he chooses to do so, he's going to have to at least... He's not going to get it for free. Okay. I forgot about technology rolls. The United States does get tech rolls. So we have 5 tech rolls. And we're going to go for counter battery fire at a 6 or higher. That's a success. So we move to stage 2. We have defense in depth at a 7 or higher. That is a miss. So we stay at stage 3. We have wartime economy currently at stage 1. That's a 7 or higher. That's a miss. And we have improved construction, stage 2, currently 7 or higher. That's a success, so we move to stage 3 for construction. And then we have improved logistics, which currently is at stage 3, looking for a 7 or higher. And that's another success. So we finish off improved logistics. So in addition to giving us an extra rail capacity, we now also have 1 extra strategic naval capacity. So that boosts us up to 4, which will be fantastic as we now start to siphon guys over from the continental United States to Britain, in preparation for what I am assuming will be are joining the Entente in the war. Okay, we do have some non-combat moves in addition to siphoning guys across the Atlantic. So this dreadnought gets repaired, but has to stay in port here to finish the repairs this turn. One infantry is going to come out of Rio de Janeiro and go into, what is that, Pampas. So that will give him 5 infantry. And I don't think these minor powers can form trench lines. So, I think when Brazil had more infantry, like 6 infantry, I think I had a trench line there, but they shouldn't be able to form trench lines. So, yeah, countries like Mexico and these minor guys don't have the ability to do that, as far as I understand. All right, so up here, further to the north. Oh, we gotta watch out for those German subs. Yeah, we gotta try and avoid them, or at least bring some escorts. Well, I mean, I don't think Germany would declare war on us over that. And plus, we use a strategic naval movement. If we use strategic naval movement, then they won't have the ability to intercept us. So, we're going to take our Olympic-class ocean liner, load him up, so he can carry 3 infantry-class units. So we're going to load him up with a Marine. And 2 infantry. And this will be a total of 4 strategic naval moves, which is our limit. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the maximum that we can, range that we can go. And he will drop off all of these guys in the British Midlands. And this ocean liner will go in port. So I'm going to get a marker out for that. So that leaves us with 2 Marines and 2 infantry in Washington, D.C. Oh. I gotta get that marker. And now we can deliver our cash and carry artillery. So Italy will have an artillery that goes into northern Italy, bringing his total to 4. Russia, their artillery will be delivered to Kola. France, Normandy, and then British Midlands for Britain. Okay. Let's deliver our Lend-Lease. So 1 infantry will go into eastern Mexico. Another infantry goes to China, and he will go into Nanking. Artillery will be manufactured in, let's see, Washington, D.C. at the major factory. Our Marine will go into Washington, D.C. So that will bring us to 3 Marines and 2 infantry. Cruiser goes on the production chart, stage 3, and then naval transport will be produced in Washington, D.C. Now let's produce them in New York. Ooh, yeah, the sub shouldn't be a problem. Produce them in New York and he'll go into port there. All right. I believe that's going to do it. Okay, let's collect some income. Currently sitting at 30. And I think we spent every dollar that we had in the bank. Yes, we did. So we will collect 30. Oh, we got to do a recruitment roll for Brazil. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, Brazil is going to be 5 or less. And nice. We hit with a 2. And we will place an infantry into Rio de Janeiro. Okay. That's going to do it for the United States. We will collect 30 and have 30 in the bank for next turn. And next up will be China. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.